Alright, welcome back to another WorldBox Nation Battle Royale video. And this map we have here is the map of the forest. That video game, not the a generic forest. So I think the forest is like a survival horror game kind of deal. So I feel like it would be pretty cool to have some civilization duking out on this map. Absolutely no relation at all. I have no idea where am I even going with that sentence. Whatever. Let's go to the kingdom tab. We have the Denal kingdom for the hive, arrows of Ohaura for the elves, or basically on this snowy mountain area over here. Music is a little bit loud. Let me lower it a little bit. There we go. Eeyore of fire for the lizard. Rocky Okwal for the dwarves. The Ata for the human. Actop clans for the orcs, and of course, because the goblins will probably not gonna last very long, I put them on the island here, so they have a little bit more chance of survival. Alright, so that is the list of kingdoms. Let us activate the world laws over here. Just natural stuff. Alright, and let the game begin. We're still in the building phase. The kingdom are kind of like trying to set up like a main village, their capital. Of course, the hive definitely has the major advantage of having a lot of territory control as a trait of that civilization, but they do not have enough stewardship as a trade-off. So they can have a big village, but they cannot have more villages. The lizard over here have already tried to branch out, and we can see the same happening for the human and the orcs. Now the human are on this side over here, having a lot of resources to work with, and of course 2 islands over here if they bother to colonize in the sea route early on. The orcs also have a lot to work with over here in this side, so it's gonna take a while until these guys can come in contact probably. In the north, it's a little bit more crowded, with the hive definitely taking over a lot of space in the middle. The elf can have the entire snow biome for themselves. Meanwhile, the dwarf are kind of contained in this little peninsula over here, and they need to expand into the mainland here, or they could try to use the waterway to go down to the south. It seems that they have chosen to take over this area to the east. These guys, the lizard, does have a lot of options. They can either expand north to the west here, like they have doing, and I think this side has already been kind of occupied by the hive. I'm not sure what's gonna happen to these dudes, the goblins, unless they manage to somehow learn the ability to sail the sea. Then I don't think they're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be stuck on that island for the majority of the game. I kind of want to see these guys actually make a ship. I do remember they were able to like build a port in the on the Warcraft map. That was one time I saw this guy like actually do something useful. But for now, I don't see anything happening here. Although most of the most of the games that we played, the goblins almost failed to complete the simple task of building a port. So that is, let's hope that they actually managed to do so this time around. We see that the orcs are already expanding quite healthily here. Although this little bit of land is still kind of unoccupied. That could change very well. Very fast. See a lot of docks being built here by the human. And if anything, they should also build one over here. Take advantage of this water route. The inland sea also. Seems that the Hive have already built their ships. Okay, I think that the Hive might actually be the first to start a naval kind of like a naval expansion here. These guys have already kind of like split off. Of course, the innate what is this called? Innate trait of the Hive is that they can control a huge area, but they have very low stewardship, so they don't get to control as much villages. Eor of Fire already declaring war against the Hive. Seems that they have kind of like identified the Hive as their main threat here. They are going and destroying the mine as the first thing, which is I think it's correct to assume that because these guys don't have the mine, they are trying to like limit the technology that the Hive can actually build. Now the dwarves are in a lot of trouble here. They are being blocked off from the north and from the south, both by the human and by the Hive. Now it seems that the human are the one attacking the dwarf at the moment. Okay, the dwarfs are in trouble. I think that if the dwarf does not have a good head start, they are gonna get they will always get eliminated very quickly due to their initial trait of orderly city. Like they have good city planning, but that also kind of like limit their population in the early game, which means they are gonna get bodied by other kingdoms very quickly if they don't get like a head start. And yeah, seems that the human have done their invasion. Now in the south, the orcs are already attacking the human here, burning their village, destroying crops, pillaging villages. Now these guys are just like sitting here chilling. They don't seem to intend to do any more damage. Although this group over here in the south is like doing a lot more. Now these guys, okay, it's just one guy. This guy is just like, he's done his deed. He's like standing around. He's waiting for order. Meanwhile, because they don't get to receive much order here, the human have actually kind of like strike both the orcs and the lizard over here in the west corner of the map. So the orcs seem to have also kind of split off into different kingdoms. The Ezok. Interesting. They now seem to have taken over their main rival over here in the south. And they have also kind of advanced to the barrack technology now. That is quite concerning for the other race, because now the Hive is gonna be able to train much more soldier and much more quality. So far, does not seem like the other kingdom have advanced to that level yet. Of course, these guys are chilling over here. Still haven't seen any ship from the lizard, but they used to be able to, they used to have a village here, which was destroyed by the human. But also that kind of like gives the orc a lot more room to like grow. As I turned around, a boar pigs have taken over as the main faction for the hive. Denal has been pushed to the east. The human over here are still dealing with the orcish invasion. They're certainly fighting back, but even when the orcs are in the middle of a civil war, they still can do a lot of damage. It seems that the human are also coming in contact with the remaining of the now. Mubril have also split off as a small village, independent village. Okay, the now was destroyed. It seems that the elves have taken over this area. The peninsula here that used to be claimed by the dwarves, who are now extinct. The Ezog, okay. So it seems that the orcs have destroyed that usurping kingdom in this area, but the Ezog have been able to escape their grabs. Look at this village being desecrated by the lizard. Where are the orcish soldier? What are you doing? They're attacking directly. Okay, now this is like a problem with the AI of this game here that I kind of don't like, which is sometimes when a kingdom is being invaded, instead of like defending their village, the soldier can just like bypass that entire enemy group and like just go and invade the other kingdoms back. That is like it's not a problem, but it's just like kind of funny. And you don't you don't like I kind of want to see, basically I just want to see like big battle between army, and not like army just kind of like go raid a village and then the other kingdom send their army to go raid the instigator's village. That is like it's not fun. It's just like killing civilians. Okay, Rocky Meriam just take over that area from Ebur Pig. Seems that the politics of the hive is always changing. Whose ship is this? Oh, it's from the lizard. Okay. Okay, what? We are best. We are best? In-game? House tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, Sword Axe. Still no ports, huh? You guys keep trying, I guess. Now these guys have also not built any port, that is like actual ship. Big ship and not like, big ship port and not like, fishing village thingy here. Igor Band just appeared and is now trying to take over some villages from Actop clan with a huge success. Are you gonna fight? Yes, they are. Finally, we see big battle between armies. Okay, this is just a mess. It's just kind of like, this is like a mosh pit. Although the Actop clan was able to overcome the Igor bands. The human, such a shame. They couldn't actually secure their homeland very much here, as they are kind of like they're constantly getting invaded by other faction, or at least declared war at by the faction. Now they're attacking the elves. human have also made their ports. I don't know if they're gonna like go and colonize this island, or are they just too small to be colonized? Who knows? Igor Ban is now down to the last village. Probably not gonna last long. Yeah, there we go. Rocky Merim has taken over as the main faction of the Hive. Maybe just, I've just noticed that, but you know, it's probably for a long time already. Gear Rocks, however, is now not gonna stand for long, is it? As soon as this village, this army enters the Gear Rock, it's gonna be over. And it's over. Okay. The human are raiding the elves village over here. I saw something got kind of like thrown. What was that? Wow, this country is like really slim. Okay, yep, the Hive have broken off again. Same with the orcs. Sore. Right, is this like one village? Yeah, it is one village. It's a very long village. Alright, I think it is time for us to well, bloody read us very quickly dealt with. Activate sonic speed here. Uh-oh. I think we started in like 207, right? So, you know, we're gonna end at 10 to, wait, no, 1207. Jesus Christ, man, the brain is like bad with numbers, basically. Okay, what do we have here? What is this? This island here is like split between what? The Atta, the human, and Green Nazidok, which is the successor of the orcs. Probably for a little time though. For only a while though, because it seems that strong district also have some ambition. What is this? Rocky von Orim, another Hive kingdom. The Hive is like taking over the central area of the map, and the elves have been completely pushed out of any water front, so they cannot even build ports. This island situation is very weird. Also, the human are in a war against the orcs here, so. Yeah, the orcs definitely have some reason to like go over and harass the human here. They're also trying to build over their boundaries, pushing the border between the orcs. Okay, well, they just kind of like take the whole island now. Cool. Now, of course, the human have also set up shop here on this big island over here. Interesting. That's gonna be very important later on if the human get kind of like cornered. That entire area just disappeared. That means a lot more space for Aurora. No, Ohaura to expand here. Pokeballs, boys. Like a Pokemon name. Okay, that long kingdom got destroyed. It's like no longer exist. Alright, how are you doing, Eeyore of Fire? Kind of fine-ish. I'm not sure if the goblin can even like. If they're lucky, they're gonna be able to grab a port technology from one of the other kingdom, but if they aren't lucky, they're gonna be stuck on that island for the entirety of the game, which even though that's gonna make them the longest surviving kingdom, I'm just gonna take that away from them because the goblin sucks. Yes, I discriminate against goblin in fantasy. Nah, not really. But you know, it's kind of like a dirty advantage if these guys are just kind of like ignored from the game. I mean, I kind of want it to be an experiment. I want to push them to like actually do something instead of like, you know, just kind of like get curb stomped in the mid game. So far, I think they're doing pretty decent here. Although we have to hope that they actually get like ports, better armory, culture in. Why would you even get culture conversion? You sword, hammer, material, silver, all of which are stolen. Seems that Rocky von Orim has become the main faction for the Hive. Royal Neon with green neon color to boot. That's a very dope kingdom. Royal Neon. I imagine the coat of arms is gonna be like a neon sign. A neon sign style version of a, you know, coat of arms. Now the situation in the inner land here with the inland sea is kind of difficult to track here. As you can see, a lot of kingdoms have kind of like come and gone over this area, and the elves have yet to actually take advantage of the situation. Is that because they are being absolutely destroyed by their neighboring Hive kingdom? Probably. Although there still are 36 people left, I don't know where they are though. Perhaps they are stuck somewhere. Ah, yes. I can see them now. They are stuck here. All of which are soldiers and kings. Who are not they are incapable of building stuffs. Oh, that High Kingdom was gone. I mean, they are now gone. Okdus had taken over as the Orcish main faction. Meanwhile, Olonot is slowly taking over the Ata. Rate Dater. Ort. Interesting. Alright, what's going on here? I'm like a nanny checking. You guys still have not built, I mean, have not learned any freaking seafaring traits. You are kind of a shitty civilization. I'm debating whether or not I should like remove the goblin in general because they sucks. Oh my god, that High Kingdom got absolutely destroyed. A huge part of the army got probably got steamrolled by the ER fire here. Also, the arrow of Uhaora seem to have kind of like migrated down in the south. Kind of an exiled kingdom. Although they are being hunted down by the Eeyore fire here. Maybe. Well, they are being hunted, they're being wanted, but you know, the Eeyore fire is probably more busy dealing with the orcs. 454. Clan of Duck deck. Okay. The hive is still fighting, I think, with the human here. The human have done pretty well to defend themselves from the hive. And with the dwindling number of population for the hive over there, I definitely think that they might be gone in about a few seconds. Maybe not. But, you know, they don't have much of a chance to survive. Wow, where's the elves? I think they might have been destroyed by the orcs here. I mean, they did actually claim this area now for themselves. The hive was destroyed. That's 2 more race gone. And as the kingdom orc destroyed, as the lizard expands, they have also have to face with the inevitable happenings, that is, you know, an implosion, as their king could not have enough stewardship to kind of like rule over a massive expanse. What's happening here? Come on, research like port. Clan of deck finally getting what they if I say getting what they deserve, but honestly though, do they really deserve getting wiped off the map? Probably yes. The Ostop is now filling the kind of empty space left behind. Ziata's going and attacks the orcs of Okdus before they can get too much more powerful. I mean, they can get much more powerful. Bleh, wordings. Olonot have just taken way too much land there and instigate they kind of like trigger an uprising from the people of what village is this? I think Ribe, which you know, gives the rise to the new human kingdom of Yurik Imperium. The Autops getting pushed to the beach now. What is this? It's the Autops. Still have a colony in the north, although that is gonna take a while. The army over there is gonna take a while to like travel down. Oh no! As the Atta couldn't keep their territories, they have kind of like fallen behind and create a weak point in the human civilization, and then that get exploited by the orc from Okdus, attacking into the Achilles heel to come in and just wreck the human. That is also kind of like being exploited by Eor of Fire, as you can see here. Some of the soldiers here are... Wait, what? That is not from... Oh, it's still the orc. Okay. So yeah, the orc have exploited that you know, weakness, and snatch a little bit of territories from the human. Arrows of Nihorn split up in a very uncomfortable position. Okay, that is a little bit of overkill, is it? Yes, it is. And yeah, feels like these guys just don't have enough stewardship. 11. Kind of. How many? These are 3 villages. So if they just sit at like 11 villages, they might be able to you know, be stable for a while. But since they are kind of greedy and just want to have more, have all the villages, that kind of like led to their downfall as they keep imploding. The orc faction of Okok was pushed out to the island. It's the last refuge. Meanwhile, the human Olonot have taken over as the main faction. Of course, Ziata still managed to survive in that prickly situation of being wedged in between territories from the Olonot. They are trying their best to like take over that little village down to the south to kind of open a way out. Seems that Olonot is trying to eliminate that orcish colony up north. Uh-oh. Trouble has arrived for the goblins on the island of Oz. And they have been eradicated by, it seemed, Octus. Man, these orcs have a lot of stewardship. 12 out of 12 villages. Very stable. And how are you guys? 10 out of 12, okay. 11 out of 13. The world has entered basically, oh my god, the tower was destroyed. Had basically entered the, you know, the kind of Three Kingdom spirit, and it's gone. Blood of Oz kind of shattered that fantasy. And now it's returned to chaos. A free fall. Look at all those army, all those like, you know, lines going. Seems that humans are taking quite a great hit there in the northern villages. The kingdom of the Otov still stand very strong. Never mind. Well, I'll be, you know, kind of waiting to see whether Octus, Olonot, Eor Fire would, you know, collapse here. Or maybe not. Wow. Seems that, the might of the orcs have kind of like overcome the hegemony of lizard up north. At least a little bit. Look at that army kind of like striking into that deep village in the mountain. Of course, that's probably gonna cost the odds stop its entire existence. Because now they are down to 5 people. 4. The human have kind of show some fracture with Epo Hegemony and VIP Imperium. Break away from the central Olonaut command. Blood of Oz seems to have been building their forces to take over as the main orc faction. Now, can they take over Ozdux before they are destroyed by the other race? The lizards are taking huge damage after a landing attempt here, I think. Or, you know, it could just be like, you know, they passed this bottleneck to take over this area. I mean, not take over, but you know, kind of raid this area. An Orcist village from Blood of Oz was destroyed in the northeast, perhaps by the combined force of Olonaut and Eor Fire. Oh, I was wrong. Oak does still exist somewhat here. I mean, that island definitely exists, and then this island that, you know, take over from the goblins, and this tiny peninsula here. So there's still a chance for them if they are, like, you know, if Blood of Oz is like weakened from years of wars against the human and the lizards. Okay, what is that? What is this music? This is like what you have in like a commercial about the like a Coca-Cola commercial with like, you know, no, not Coca-Cola, Pepsi, a Pepsi commercial with like a guy with flowing hair driving a an open hood like car. I don't know what that's called. God, Eor Fire has been in in the process of depopulation, not from their own decision, but because they are being kind of like genocide by the human and the orcs over there. That's probably not good for the lizards. See if they can actually kind of like protect their inner villages, because it seems like they have kind of abandoned the villages out in the coast. Human Kingdom have also taken quite a hit in the south, but does not compare to what the orcs are facing here. Massive destruction worldwide. The human have diverted their attention to the south, but of course there are still a bit of a different faction at play here. VIP Imperium is trying to you know, kind of eradicate the lizard, and even if they have like a smaller force than Olonaut, they do have the advantage of technology. Unfortunately for VIP Imperium, their little adventure in the north has to stop as Olonaut had taken over their kind of like region, taken over the cities in the center. Fifth Imperium down to the last 12 people, 13. But Olonaut showing some fractures and split off into 4 kingdoms. With them, Eurisa, Great Yusifo, and Great Terabo. Meanwhile, the orcs are getting more and more united under one faction of Easy Boys. They're trying to hunt down the last refuge in the north from Talbdas. But taking over that village is definitely much better than letting it fall into the hand of the human or the lizard. There we go. Although that, the Easy Boys had paid for controlling way too much villages, as clan of Renakus had split off. This is kind of like a music you could hear in like Hotline Miami. Kind of synth wave. Man, the human from Olonaut really don't like the orcs. Man, most of the lizard villages are severely depopulated by war here. The only village left that has kind of a big population is Oiona in the north. Cannot even protect themselves though. Great Terabo has been reabsorbed from, into Olonaut. Just in time for them to not be destroyed by East Boys faction. Oh man, the poor Eeyore of Fire faction. Constantly getting raided by other kingdoms. Constantly getting destroyed. Does not have enough technology to fight. Does not have good enough technology to fight back. Human from Olonaut had lost quite a bit of control of this area. Due to the constant raiding from Easy Boys. Your fire have done quite well to survive to this age, but not sure if they can keep up with the other kingdoms here though. Realm of the Ecock have appeared. What is an Ecock? Oh man, Octus kind of like taking over this area, although they did lose, and they did lost some of the important villages over here though. Blood of Popat. Who is Popat? Okay, Easy Boys has got like a huge trouble on their hand now. Actus Warriors. What a terrible position for Easy Boys, as now their entire kingdom is like split into 4 separate areas. That is hard to defend, hard to like, you know, supply, and like, you know, just kind of small enough to be slowly absorbed by the new faction of Actus Warriors. Your fire just lost a huge tract of land. One more area lost. And that means a lot more space for the other kingdom to like expand into. Your fire down to 51 people now, and I don't think they can actually run anywhere else. Okay, last village. I don't think they're gonna have enough time here and enough like strength to actually survive an attack from even like a weak kingdom as Uriser. Yeah, they're gonna get destroyed. Yep, your fire is gone. Seems that Easy Boys have to retreat onto the island, on the small island here in the west. Actus Warrior have expanded way further beyond the other orc tribe that comes before them. They are now the second largest faction behind Olonot, although that could change as they are currently fighting a deadly war against each other. Oh, Olonot is like falling behind, as they just lost like a huge territory. And to add into the trouble, Uriser also created quite a ruckus in the north, drawing attention away from Olonot, who is being like they are being invaded to the west here by Actus Warriors. Now, of course, a new faction have appeared here, the Peace Scholar Red Ratezok. Not sure why they choose that color of that of the beast to represent themselves. Okay. Colonize is trying again and again to reclaim their lost territories, but even when they have the massive numbers advantage, the orcs still prove a formidable challenge for the humans. Of course, with their innate regeneration ability, it's gonna make it very hard to actually fight the orcs if they can just retreat and heal. Bad timing for the human. Realm of the Emifa split up into the north, secure themselves while abandoning their brethren in the south to the orcs. I mean, for a horror game, for a horror survival game, this soundtrack is definitely very funky. Like, these are freaking, like, you know, music that you put in your car. I mean, you put on in like a car that is like, you know, driving towards the neon colored sky. Not something that I would, you know, expect in like a horror survival game where you crash land a plane into a forest. I think is what happened. So far, it seems Actus World is taking a lot of control here. Never mind. Zazek. That centers the game. Well, it seems that around the Emifa and Zazek have kind of like replaced Olonot and Actus Warrior as rivals. As the main faction of each race. Alright, I'm just gonna let the game run a little bit here as I take a break. Alright, what is happening here? It seems that the humans are kind of falling behind in the race against the orcs. That's like have a massive number of population without even breaking apart. The same can be said for the human around Mifa, but they've lost quite a huge territory in the center of the map. Open up more expansion opportunity for other kingdom, which it seems like Akdus and Akdus warriors are kind of like doing right now. Alright, I am back, and I see that Round of Mifa still is losing, although Zazek have shown their... have kind of like lost their grip on their territory as the Tedgas, Desgad have split off. Somehow Octus has been able to migrate from all over in the north to the south over here. Very strange. Uh-oh, not looking good for Zazek. Kind of a brief rest here for Ramdo and Mifa, so they can like actually kind of rebuild their force. But as soon as the orcs kind of like solve their own like crisis, they will probably be back to fighting humans. So yeah. Oh my god. We are now at the phase where there are like 3 similar strength kingdoms. Zazek, the Tedgas, and Ramda Mifa. I don't know. I feel like not I don't know. I don't really know what to predict here. I'll just let the game play itself. Of course, we still have some 200 years left, but you know, a lot could change in that time. Alright, a new development here has revealed the south realms of Emifa have constantly battled with orc for centuries now, and they are finally showing weakness. Population have dropped to even the half of what it was in the last few years, and now they are taking the combined force of also Tedgas and Zazek, and perhaps Actus Warrior in the south too. So like every single orc kingdom, even Dust Ass, it's like they want some meat from the human here. That is kind of a scary situation to be in. Even though the orcs are kind of like fractured and not united into one kingdom, they still hate the human. Like every single one of them hates human. So yeah, good luck for realms of Emifa. Alright, I am back, and it seems that Dust Ass has been able to take over half of the area here. Meanwhile, destroying Actus Warriors. Seems that the situation for the orc are pretty good. They have 3 giant power who are... They are currently infighting though, and the human actually get a bit of a rest here. A little bit of a rest. And of course around Emifa, we'll still have to be careful not to piss off any of the orcs, because that is kind of like a death sentence to them, as any one of the orcs can deal massive damage. And as soon as one faction can deal some damage, some weakness to the human, and the human are at it again, trying to fight those ass because they are weak. Not a good choice, because soon that the orcs, the Tedgas and Zazek are done with those ass, they're gonna turn on the human. Like, immediately, probably. And no chance a human are gonna get like any good thing out of here. Like, they're definitely not gonna be able to destroy the village fast enough for them to expand into that open territory before any of the other orcs can like lay claim on the land. If you see that some, oh my god, even Olonot is sending their army over there. What are you even doing? Like, Olonot is like gambling their entire existence, and as you can see, some of the orcs from this ass have also landed on the island here, wrecking it entire infrastructure down to the last building. Yeah, good luck, Olonot. You were kind of like a prime like candidate for, you know, victory, and now you have ruined your only chance. Okay, Olonot kind of managed to survive a little bit, but the number is severely low. I don't know if they can actually kind of like survive this. Can they even rebuild themselves anymore? I mean, they're... Who is this guy? He's an orc. The Stroke. Yeah, I don't think Olonot can actually survive to the end. The last 14 people are probably soldiers who are stranded on the mainland, in the mainland now, and they cannot go back home. Okay, good news for realm of the Emifa though. The orcs are imploding and infighting a lot, so my prediction was wrong. But still, realm of the Emifa did not gain much from that involvement in the war. These orc who are you know, smelling some opportunity to claim that island, is kind of like trying to stay over there and wait for the human to die off. I mean, this guy will probably not last for long, right? Hang on, let me look. So these are the last people from... Come on, let me check. Olonot still has some food left. But yeah, they're probably gonna sit there until they die. "100 years left." Hey, but there's still some chance for that human villages. Maybe there's like a chance for these guys to like, you know, be annexed by realms of Emifa somehow, which kind of will convert them into realms of Emifa citizens, so they can kind of like return to their homeland or some stuff. But that's probably not gonna happen because of the standing between the kingdoms. Unless realms of Emifa can get really close to the island, I don't think that can happen. Wait, what is this faction? What is this? Acts of Gedauk. They don't even show up on the map. Why are they all green? Look at this. Green. I mean, this kind of bluish, but you know, still have some green pigment in there. Green, 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 green. These guys are like not green, but almost kind of like teal. And these guys are also green. The easy boys, also green. What is up with all these green ass colors? What's happening here? Oh my god, the orc factions just like implode into a mosaic, into like a glass window with colors all over the place. Kind of close to the end. Some 50 years or something left. Olonot is slowly losing the population as the last people dies from old age. Hey, maybe if these guys from Olonot can actually kind of like survive until the end, that gotta be like a real... Nope. I said that and they immediately dropped dead. Well, goodbye. Olonot, you were never missed. That island is free real estate now, though, so you know, anyone can just go ahead and claim it. Who's gonna be the first? Who's gonna be the first? It looks like nobody is claiming that island though. They are too preoccupied with fighting between themselves. Seems that Zazek is kind of like reclaiming all of these loose bit of land. Ted Gad is falling behind though in that race. The last few years is kind of going. But this had taken over that island for themselves, okay. Blood of Ort. Not gonna last long. I feel like the situation in the north of the island here is of the north of the continent here is pretty clear cut. We have the established border between the orc and the human. The Ted gas kind of like over here, causing a lot of trouble, and in the south though, it's a little bit more of a chaos, of a chaotic region with a lot of conflict going on. 1193. Okay, this is the last bit of the marathon here. We're turning to the year of 1203, 1204 now, 3 years left. Realm of the Mifas should probably survive this onslaught from the Zazek. (1206) last year. And it's over. 1207. Alright, what do we have here? Of course, the title for the largest kingdom goes to Zazek, with a huge population of 1908 and 1145 for territory. Now, how old are they now? 305 years old. Okay. The king is Uruk. Interesting name. Sharp razor blade. Sneakers. Strong or Dust. Only 52 years old. The king is Aga. Bad Dust does not have a king at the moment. 103 years old. Around the Emifa, 321 years old. So older than Zazek. And the king is pyromaniac called Iposuko. Sinister Promise. So Ted Gas, 246 years old. Ik. Okay. And of course, we have Easy Boys over here. 514 years old. So Easy Boys is actually the longest surviving kingdom. Right. Here's the capital. Okay. Well, it seems that the orc deserves this victory. Good job, Easy Boys. Pretty easy, is it? You know, just kind of like colonize an island and like call it a day. Nobody's gonna bother invading you. In Zazek get a lot of territories. The human did well though to actually survive this far and like still not getting absolutely destroyed by the surrounding orcs. That is pretty good for them. Alright, so that is gonna be it for this video. And I'm out.